Hello and welcome. My name is Jacqueline Johnson, and I am the Film Lab's Unfinished Work Coordinator. Film Lab is a nonprofit that has been working to create racial and gender parity in entertainment media since 1998. Unfinished Works is a program we provide to workshop diverse and cutting-edge new scripts and writers. This script will now be read to you via performance read by members of the Film Lab Actor Directory. So please enjoy Fortune's Palace by Quirk.
Fortune's Palace by Quirk. Teaser. Interior house basement. Wayland, 50s, a handsome man in a three-piece suit, stares at us blankly until his eyes dart down to the handgun pointed at his chest. The gun's nose motions sharply to the right. Tommy, 16, a skinny boy with spiky hair with red highlights, follows Wayland through the basement and points to a large safe with the gun in his hand.
In there?
Wayland shakes his head and leads Tommy to an old metal work cabinet with a padlock on it. Wayland takes out a key and opens it. Inside the cabinets, it's a briefcase. Tommy opens it and smiles. Interior boy's bedroom, night. Tran, 14, pulls a zip tie viciously tight around the wrists of another boy, Arthur Chen, 13. Arthur cries out. Tran rubs his gun against Arthur's head.
Do you want to die?
No.
Then keep quiet.
Interior girl's bedroom, night. Jenny Chen, 16, beautiful with a dancer's body, stands in front of her dresser and hugs herself, while Quirk, 15, shaved head and covered in tattoos, leers at her.
Take off your nightgown.
Jenny stares at him.
Don't, and my buddies kill your family.
Quirk motions with his gun. Jenny slowly takes off her nightgown and drops it to the floor. Quirk puts his gun down on the dresser, walks over and runs his hand down Jenny's arm.
You are beautiful.
Interior basement, same time. As Tommy struggles, takes the briefcase, Wayland tries to overpower him. They struggle for the gun and blam! Cut to back, black, end teaser. Act 1. Super title, 72 hours earlier. Interior Forbidden City night. A dark, smoky underground bar done up as an Asian speakeasy. Roger Chen, 20, a hipster with spiky hair, brings 4 beers to a table. He rolls his eyes as he checks out decor.
All we're missing here are ninjas dropping from the ceiling and a couple of dragon ladies. What are we celebrating? National Asian Stereotype Month?
At the table are Billy, 20s, skinny, dark, and intense, his sister Darla, 20, dyed, multicolored hair, and multiple piercings, and heavyset chud, 20s.
This is my revenge for when you made us go to Luigi's. It was like an episode of The Sopranos in there. I was the only one there not wearing a velour tracksuit and gold chains.
Touche, Darla, touche. Now scooch on over, no beer for you.
Roger squeezes in beside Darla.
Watch your step, Raj. That's my sister.
I'm sorry, Godfather. I meant no disrespect.
Did I not assign Chud? I think I gave Chud to John. I think I gave that to you.
You did? It wasn't in my...
Sorry.
Okay, I'll read it. I'll read it. We are all children of the cosmos. There are no races or nationalities, you know. We should all just love one another.
Dude, how high are you right now?
I'm serious.
Listen. Just because they're stereotypes doesn't mean that they're not true. I mean, just look at my family. Dad, the great Wayland Chen, community business leader and ancient Chinese patriarch. Mom, former singer and dancer, the perfect trophy wife and delicate, submissive lotus blossom, all rolled into one. Sister, obsessive ballerina, overachiever, and little brother, baby nerd.
What about you, Raj? How did you break the mold?
Me? I'm the worst of all. Stuyvesant student, Stuyvesant straight A grad, and now business major at NYU. I'm living the Asian whiz kid dream. Okay, who wants to get seriously wasted?
Interior. Sorry, I should have read the directions there. Interior, Chen Benevolent Association night. Wayland stares out the window at the street scene. In a beautifully tailored three-piece suit, he looks like an Asian Cary Grant. He clutches a briefcase.
Wayland.
Zhang Chen, 30s, a hawkish younger man stares at Wayland impassively.
My father will see you now.
Zhang turns and leads Wayland through the slightly decrepit main room of the Benevolent Association. Ancient men on folding chairs play cards and drink tea around rickety folding tables. Interior office day. Zhang ushers Wayland into a smoky office overflowing with old newspapers and magazines. Li Chen, 60s, an old man in a baggy suit, sits behind the desk smoking. Wayland bows to Li.
Thank you for seeing me, Master Chen.
Please, Wayland. We're all old friends here. Call me Lee.
Wayland smiles broadly.
Of course, you honor me, Lee.
Wayland opens his briefcase and passes over a glossy prospectus.
You're showing great foresight, Lee. I'm confident that you will find this business plan.
We are both Chens. That is all that is important.
He nods to Zhang, who brings over a metal strongbox. Wayland opens it and his eyes widen. Inside are stacks of cash, each banded with paper labeled $10,000. Wayland bows to Lee again.
Thank you so much, Lee. Thank you. You are a great man.
Exterior, Chen Benevolent Association night. Tommy sits next to Quirk in a car across from the association building. Tommy's phone rings and he answers.
Yeah.
Coming out now.
Intercut with Interior Chen Benevolent Association continuous. Zhang stands at a window on his phone. He looks down and sees Wayland emerge from the building, clutching his briefcase and get into his car.
Follow him. See where he puts it.
Don't you think he'll put it in the bank?
No. He needs it to be untraceable. He doesn't want the IRS coming around.
Exterior Chen Benevolent Association continuous. Tommy watches as Wayland starts up his car.
Why don't we just take it right now?
Interior Chen Benevolent Association continuous. Zhang makes a face.
It has to look like a random burglary.
Does Lee know about this?
Zhang hesitates.
You don't have to worry about that. Just find out where he puts the money, and then when the time comes, we take it back.
Interior Fortune's Palace day. Maylin, 20s, the hostess and manager of Fortune's Palace, stands behind the cash register, fingers a blur as she adds up receipts. Behind her, photos plaster the wall. Snaps of Wayland with celebrities and politicians, candids of family and friends, and dominating it all, a large, recent formal portrait of the Chen family. Wayland, his wife Alicia, and their children, Roger, Jenny, and Arthur. Interior Fortune's Palace kitchen day. Chef Kong, 50, a burly, pop-eyed taskmaster, surveys his creations as they reach the staging area and screams in frustration as he sees an overflowing number of dishes that have not been delivered to their tables.
May!
Where's that good for nothing?
May sighs and walks to the back of the restaurant to the cold room. The door is ajar. A small piece of wood keeps it from closing. Interior, cold room, continuous. She opens the door and finds Roger listening to his iPod and writing something on a pad. As soon as she opens the door, he quickly puts his writing away.
One of these days, I'm just going to kick your little piece of wood and let you freeze in here. If your father didn't own this restaurant, I'd have fired you months ago.
Roger winks at her as he tucks away his iPod.
You should thank me, May. If I wasn't such a crappy waiter, my father would fire you and make me manager.
Maylin rolls her eyes in frustration. Roger, smirking, walks past her into the restaurant. Interior restaurant day. Roger quickly delivers his dishes to the appointed tables, but as he walks back to the kitchen, he sees the clock on the wall and starts to take off his uniform. A large, meaty hand stops him in mid-movement.
Where do you think you're going?
Roger turns to Chef Kine, head bowed respectfully.
I'm sorry, Chef, but it is time for me to go to my business class. My father enrolled me in.
Kong stares at Roger for a moment, then grunts and lets him go. Exterior restaurant day. Roger speaks on the phone as he walks out the door.
Yes, I'll be there. Don't worry. I won't miss this practice. I just got held up at work.
Roger shuts his phone and nearly collides with Wayland.
Dad, hi.
Roger, why are you still here? Your class starts in 20 minutes. Don't be late.
Dad.
Roger starts to leave when Wayland stops him.
Be at home by 7. We're going out to dinner.
Can I just meet you at the restaurant?
Surprise. Big news. I need you at home.
I'll be there, Dad.
Good. Tell your brother and sister. What are you waiting for? Get to class.
Exterior, River Club tennis court, day. Alicia Chen, 40s, slim, graceful, and fit, could easily pass for 30-something. She plays doubles with girlfriends Janice, Mary, and Sonia, all 40s. Tennis pro Matt, 20s, watches from the sidelines. Alicia bounces the ball, preparing to serve.
Okay, Alicia, remember the toss is just as important as the serve. Just float the ball up there.
Alicia throws up a perfect toss and smacks the ball across the net. Janice lunges for the ball, but too late.
Ace. Nice job, Alicia.
Alicia smiles at Matt.
No fair. You've been taking private lessons, haven't you?
Alicia winks at Matt and smiles across the net as she moves to the ad court. Alicia is about to serve again when her phone rings from the sidelines. Distracted, she hits the ball into the net. She glares in the direction of her phone, but it keeps ringing. Annoyed, she runs to get it.
Hello.
Hello, my dear.
Wayland, I'm in the middle of my lesson.
I'm sorry, dear. I just wanted to tell you that we're going out to family dinner tonight. We'll all meet at the house at 7.
I'll be there, and I'd be up 30 Lev if it weren't for you.
Love you too.
Wayland hangs up. Alicia snorts and shakes her head. Interior dance studio dressing room, day. Jenny Chen, 16, gets ready for a ballet class. Her best friend Tanya, 16, a slender blonde girl, takes a slug from a minibar-sized bottle of vodka and pops a breath mint in her mouth. She offers the bottle to Jenny.
Something to get you through the class?
No, thanks.
Two girls head to class with their bags. Jenny's phone rings. Intercut with exterior Chinatown Street, day. Roger walks uptown with his phone to his ear.
Jenny,
Yeah.
Dad says to be home by 7. Special occasion family dinner.
Ugh. He isn't going to announce another one of his crazy business schemes, is he?
I think.
Jenny sighs.
Fine. I'll be there.
Tell Arthur, okay?
Fine.
Tanya enters the class while Jenny lingers outside, furiously texting. Victor Vasiliev, 50, an elegant and fit older man who leads the dance class, opens the door of the studio and looks at Jenny.
We're not keeping you, are we, Miss Chen?
Sorry, Mr. Valisev.
Your video's still off, Mallory.
Oh my God, what is happening? I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on with this. It's because I'm on my phone and I don't know how to work this on my phone. Okay. I'm sorry, Mr. Valisev.
Jenny curtsies to him and runs into the studio. Interior school hallway, day. Arthur, 13, small for his age, gets his books out of his locker when his phone buzzes. A text from Jenny. Be home by 7. All caps. As Arthur looks at the message, 3 thuggish kids, 15, walk down the hall toward him. Vitaly, the leader, bumps into him and knocks the phone out of his hand.
Watch where you're going.
Vitaly is back in a flash, backed up by his 2 friends. He grabs Arthur by the throat and shoves him against a locker.
Watch your mouth, Kung Fu, or I shut it for you. Permanent.
He drops Arthur and walks away laughing with his friends. Arthur rubs his neck and stares after them. Interior living room night. Later. The Chen home in Queens is a sprawling McMansion that takes up every allowable inch of space on the lot. In the shag carpeted living room, Jenny speaks on the phone with one of her friends while doing her homework and watching TV. Rap music can be heard as thumps in the background coming from upstairs.
I don't know. Maybe.
Jenny hears keys jingling on the porch.
I gotta go. Call you later.
Jenny hangs up, turns off the TV, gathers up her books, and runs upstairs. Interior Arthur's room night. Upstairs, Arthur does his homework to a rap soundtrack. Jenny knocks sharply 3 times, and he quickly turns off his rap music and switches to a quiet classical music station. Outside his room, he hears an angry male voice.
Rap music in my house.
Sorry, Dad. I was just changing stations.
Roger opens Arthur's door, grinning.
Busted. But luckily, it's just me. Mom and Dad aren't back yet.
You're a jerk.
Roger closes the door as Arthur switches back to rap until he hears his parents coming home for real. Panicked, he just shuts down his computer altogether and buries his nose in work. Interior front hallway night. Wayland stands at the bottom of the stairs and shouts up to his children.
Roger, Jenny, Arthur, let's go. We have reservations for 7:30 and your mother is meeting us there.
Interior Il Giardino night. Wayland, Alicia, and their children sit at a large table. The seat to Wayland's left is unoccupied.
So, what's the big surprise, Dad?
In order
Everyone-
to survive,
Sorry, go.
go ahead.
Everyone stares at Wayland anxiously.
In order to survive, everything must grow. Umberto, the founder of Il Giardino, started with just one restaurant. Now he has 4 and a cooking school.
Wayland pulls out a glossy brochure and hands it out to his family.
It is time for Fortune's Palace to grow as well.
Roger opens the brochure and sees the design for Fortune's Dynasty, a state-of-the-art banquet hall, restaurant, and lounge.
True expansion can be risky, but we have found the perfect location, and now we have the seed money to begin construction.
No one seems particularly excited about his plan, but Wayland is oblivious as he sketches out his dreams.
Roger's already working at the restaurant, learning the ropes and going to business school. I'm proud of you, Roger.
Roger smiles nervously, and as soon as Wayland isn't looking, steals a glance at his watch.
Jenny, you'll be a doctor. Every family should have a doctor. Arthur, you'll go to law school, and you can be the lawyer for the Chen restaurant empire.
Roger's phone buzzes. He looks at it and gets up.
Where are you going?
I'm so sorry, everyone. I have a group presentation tomorrow, and I need to meet with some classmates to get ready.
Wayland chuckles.
Such a hard worker. No time to play for Roger.
Congratulations, Ed.
What a boy.
Wayland pats Roger on the shoulder.
What are you waiting for? Get to work.
Jenny and Arthur roll their eyes as Roger leaves. Alicia, meanwhile, has been studying the prospectus and looks up at Wayland.
Did you clear this with my father? I'm surprised he would finance such a thing.
Wayland
Your
smiles
father-
coldly.
Your father is a great man, but the chicks must leave the nest sometime. Li Chan is my business partner in this venture.
Li Chen?
Wayland nods smugly.
Are you crazy? He's the godfather of Chinatown.
Oh, you watch too much TV. The gangs are gone.
My father knows about these things. The triads in Hong Kong, doing business with Li Chen is not a good idea. Please, Wayland, reconsider.
It's too late. I've already got the money, but don't worry. He's strictly an investor. I control the operation.
You're wrong, Wayland. You should have asked my father about this.
Wayland has had it. He blows up.
I've had enough of your father!
He smashes the table, making the silverware bounce. The children wince, but Alicia holds firm. Other patrons stare. Umberto, 50, himself comes over.
Wayland, Alicia, is everything all right?
Just making a point. You have to be firm with your wife sometimes, right?
Interior Mercury Lounge, night. An excited young girl, 20, in white leather go-go boots, jumps up on stage.
3 words, folks. Brave new world.
The band comes on stage. Billy, Darla, Chud, and none other than Roger Chen on guitar, hair spiked and ready to jam. The band launches into their set while the fans scream. Interior Mercury Lounge later. The set is over and Roger high-fives friends and fans as he gets off the stage. His phone buzzes. He takes a quick look, ignores the call, and walks over to the bar. An older man, 60s, wearing thick-rimmed, black-rimmed glasses, turns to him.
Nice set.
Thanks, bro.
He holds his hand out for a fist bump, and, amused, the older man bumps his fist and then walks away. Darla comes up to Roger, breathless, staring at the older man.
Oh my God.
What? He's a little older than our usual audience, but so what?
You idiot. That was Iggy Pop.
What?
Roger cranes his head, trying to see him.
Damn it. I can't believe I didn't recognize him. It was the glasses. The glasses threw me off.
Uh-huh. You are such a rock and roll Philistine. If it's not Gene Simmons in full makeup, you wouldn't recognize anybody.
Hey, Kiss rocks.
Roger's phone buzzes again. He sighs and starts texting.
Who's that?
Sarah. We have a project due at school tomorrow, and she's wondering where I am. Just a pain in my ass.
Do you have to go?
Roger stares at her in disbelief.
Are you kidding me? Iggy Pop just told me nice set. Through school. I'm gonna be a rock star.
End of Act 1. Act 2, interior Darla's house morning. Roger lies passed out, fully clothed on Darla's bed. Darla, wrapped in a towel, slaps him playfully on the cheek. A buzzing sound fills the air. Roger wakes up woozily.
Your phone has been vibrating for like the past half hour.
Roger looks at the clock.
Crap, the presentation. I gotta go.
What happened to
Roger runs out of the room. Darla yells after him.
What happened to screw school? I'm gonna be a rock star.
Interior NYU day. Classes in session. Roger, still in rocker gear, runs in. Roger's group is in the middle of their presentation. Zara, 20, is a small woman wearing a headscarf, glares at Roger.
Thanks for showing up.
No problem, Zara. Always glad to help.
You're a disgrace.
Actually, I'm just a normal person who has a life. You might want to try it sometime.
Interior beauty spa day. Alicia's phone rings. She reaches over and gets it while the masseuse silently leaves the room. Alicia looks at the number and answers.
Father, how are you?
Intercut with interior Hong Kong business office day. Zhang Karwan, 60s, Alicia's imposing father, speaks on his phone in an opulent and immaculate office. Through the floor-to-ceiling windows, a view of Hong Kong harbor lies at his feet. Their entire conversation is in Cantonese.
What has that fool done now?
Please, Father.
You only call me when he does something stupid.
He borrowed money from Li Chen.
Better Li Chen than me.
Li is the head of the local Tong. Please, Father, can't you do something? You had to deal with the triads. At least warn him.
He made this mess so he can sleep in it.
Please, Father, for me, for your grandchildren.
When he fails you, you are always welcome to return home with your children, and I will take care of all of you. Who knows? We may even be able to find you another more suitable husband.
Arwan hangs up. Alicia fumes. Interior high school hallway, morning. Jenny walks down the hallway. Arthur catches up with her, huffing and puffing. Vitali walks by with a couple of friends.
Hey, Jenny, when you gonna get with me?
Vitali grabs his crotch and leers suggestively. Jenny rolls her eyes.
Get lost, loser.
Vitali flushes and then laughs.
Sure, whatever. Stuck up bitch.
Arthur stops. Jenny grabs his shoulder.
Forget it.
Vitali sees Arthur stop.
What you gonna do about it? You gonna do something, Arthur?
Vitali steps up, shoves Arthur back, and stares down at him. Arthur clenches his fist. Jenny tugs him, but he shrugs her off.
Come on.
Arthur stands his ground. Vitali laughs and cracks his knuckles. Kevin, 17, a taller Asian boy in a hooded sweatshirt, walks up.
Step off.
This got nothing to do with you.
Vitali's friends move to stand beside him. Kevin rolls up the sleeves of his sweatshirt, revealing a mass of writhing demons tattooed on his arms.
I said, step off.
Vitali and his friends stare at the tattoos and then at Kevin, suddenly afraid.
Yeah, that's cool, man. We got better things to do.
Vitali tries to be cool, but Kevin stares him down and they hurry off.
Thanks, Kevin.
Anytime, beautiful.
Jenny smiles uneasily. Kevin turns to Arthur.
Standing up for his sister. I like that, little brother.
Kevin holds out his fist and Arthur reflexively bumps it. Kevin nods and walks away. Jenny pulls Arthur down the hall in the opposite direction. Interior Rosie's Bakery, day. A dingy bakery, linoleum, fluorescent lights, a few old people sip tea at the front of the store. Zhang and Tommy sit in the back, surrounded by empty tables.
When I was your age, we owned Chinatown. We could go anywhere we wanted and eat for free. No one dared ask us for money. Girls, money, we had everything.
What happened?
Tourists.
What?
We got carried away. Tourists got hurt, then it all came down. Jade Squad, Rico, everybody got arrested. Worst were the bosses. As soon as they got arrested, they turned the rest of us in. Not your father, though, Tommy. He was a good soldier. Can you believe they called it Jade Squad? Bunch of racist. Might as well call it the Chink Catcher Patrol. Make those little chink get in line. They're scaring the tourists. No respect. It used to be if someone looked at you sideways, You kill him. One time we took a guy, tied his hands and his feet together and threw him into the river, watched him drown. Good times, Tommy, good times.
Zhang toasts Tommy with his teacup and smiles. Tommy smiles back, nodding.
So it's in his house.
He went straight home with the money. We stayed all night. I mean, when he came home in the morning, he didn't have it with him.
Quack still watching the house?
Yes. So do we go in tonight?
Too soon. Tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Nervous?
Yeah.
Good. You should be.
Interior art gallery, day. Daming, 40s, a thin, elegant man, pours tea as Wayland looks around through the glass wall of his office. Through the glass, he sees the gallery. Huge, dramatic canvases hang on the wall with bold strokes of black on white. In the middle of the floor sits a huge packing crate. Workmen and gallery assistants carefully unpack it.
I could never understand what people see in this kind of art.
It's art, Wayland. It's not about understanding. It's about feeling.
Daming brings the tea and sits across from Wayland.
Who would want such a thing?
Oh, I don't know. Wealthy Upper East Side ladies, self-made millionaires, CEO of companies. I'm just guessing, of course.
All right. No need to be sarcastic.
The two men sit sipping tea for a moment. Daming appraises Wayland, who appears to be a bit uncomfortable.
What is it? You're fidgeting all over the place today. Do you have any ants in your pants or something?
I guess I do. You would too if you were sitting on $300,000 in cash.
What are you talking about?
A new business venture. She doesn't believe in it, of course.
I can never understand what you saw in her. That spoiled little rich girl.
Daming comes over and sits beside Wayland.
Why are you doing this?
What do you mean?
Your new venture.
We need to expand. A business needs to grow in order to survive.
Are you happy?
What?
In China, when I was in prison, I dreamed of you every night. I imagined your life free, eating whatever you wanted, walking down the street. Somehow, as long as you had the things I did not, it was a little better. It made my days bearable because you were free. I was free too.
Please, stop.
No, you need to hear this. Or at least I need to say it because I was so miserable. I wished that you were happy. Your happiness, the thought that you were free and happy kept me sane. So I have one question for you. Are you happy?
Wayland gets up and goes over to pour himself another cup of tea. His hand shakes.
I'm doing this for my children. My happiness is not important.
Wayland.
No, you don't have children. You don't understand. They're everything to me. When Roger was born, I never loved a person so much. The strangest thing was that it was a selfless. It was selfless, but at the same time, selfish love because I could see myself in him. A pure, beautiful version of me, better than anything I could ever be. And in that moment, I realized that I'm not important. My job is to give him the best life possible, and that's it.
Daming stares at the ground silently.
I understand what it's like to love another person so completely, but you're wrong, Wayland. You are still important. I just hope you realize it before it's too late.
Daming stares through the glass wall of his office as the snarling head of a tiger emerges from the open packing crate. Interior, Jean-Georges restaurant, day. Alicia looks anxiously across the table.
You want us to take it back?
We would pay a penalty, of course, for troubling you, but yes, I want to give it back.
You mean Wayland wants to give it back?
Well, actually, I was hoping you could ask for it back.
Are you serious?
I know I don't know anything about business, but you don't have to make fun of me for it. Look at me, 5 minutes with you, and it's like we're 10 again.
But you look so beautiful when you blush.
Alicia blushes again and then looks around nervously.
Worry that Wayland will show up?
Wayland? He would never come here.
She leans over and whispers conspiratorially to Zhang.
Too expensive.
Zhang laughs. Alicia leans back, confidence restored.
So, how about it? Will you take it back?
Zhang looks at her and shakes his head in disbelief. Exterior street near Fortune's Palace, day. A scruffy hipster on a BMX bike tapes a flyer to a pole. Wayland walks up to the pole and stares at the flyer. He tears it down. Interior cold room, day. Roger sits inside, listening to his iPod and writing music. The door opens and he is blinded.
Okay, May, I'm coming.
He looks up and sees Wayland instead.
Oh, hi, Dad. I was just checking some homework.
Wayland stalks over and holds the flyer up.
What is this?
Roger goggles. It's a poster for the next Retrovirus concert with a photo of the band.
What is this?
Look, Dad.
What is this?
Roger is silent. He knows nothing he says will help.
Do you think I'm stupid? Is this why your grades at school are so low?
Roger hangs his head and says nothing. Wayland rolls up the poster.
How could you lie to me?
Wayland smashes him with the rolled up poster.
Damn you! Lie to me!
Wayland keeps hitting him, and finally Roger shoves him away. Wayland slams against the racks that line the wall and almost falls. He stares at Roger in disbelief.
I'm sorry. I did tell you, Dad. I did it because I didn't want to hurt you. I knew you wouldn't approve, but this is what I want. Not the restaurant, okay? I want to be in this band, and I want to play music. That's all.
Wayland grabs Roger, pushes him out of the cold room and through the crowded restaurant. Startled diners stare at them. Wayland smiles.
No problem. Enjoy your lunch.
Exterior, Fortune's Palace, day. Wayland shoves Roger onto the street.
Don't come back.
End of Act 2. Act 3. Interior, dingy apartment, day. A mess. Takeout containers, beer bottles, and overflowing ashtrays. Quack sits in front of the television playing Resident Evil on Xbox, blowing zombies away. Tran cleans and assembles a Glock. Tommy plays with a revolver, spinning the barrel and flipping it shut.
Yo, did you see the sister? She was smoking. I'd like to get me some of that.
If we had a little more time, we could have had some fun with her, but strictly in and out. That's what the boss says.
In and out.
Know what I mean?
Quack gets killed in the game, throws the controller down, and walks over to Tommy and Tran.
Damn, you really good with the guns, Tran. Where'd you learn it?
My dad.
Cool.
Quack turns to Tommy.
So we do it tonight, right?
Yeah. And Tran's coming too in case we need backup. The boss doesn't want anything to go wrong. We get the money and we're out.
You guys ever break into a house before?
Tommy and Quack look at each other.
Sure, all the time. It's no big deal.
Tran nods, loads the Glock with a clip, and carefully puts it down. Interior, dance studio, day. Jenny, Tanya, and other dancers stand at the bar. Vasiliev watches them from beside the piano, arms folded.
And 1 and 2 and up and down.
He walks over to Jenny.
No. Have you forgotten everything? Stomach in, back straight. You look like a hunchback.
Jenny stares straight ahead, no emotion. Interior dance studio, dressing room, day. Jenny and Tanya are changing.
He's such a jerk. I can't believe the way he talked to you.
Hey, it's the Russian style. You know, they don't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, but you're the best one in class and he just picks on you the most. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, first of all, I'm not the best one in class.
Yeah, right.
Tanya gives Jenny a look and they both burst out laughing.
Okay, I'm the best one, but it's not because I'm so great. It's because the rest of you guys suck.
Jenny sticks out her tongue at Tanya. Tanya puts on a face of mock horror and punches her on the arm.
You bitch!
Ow, that really hurt.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Like,
oh, you are so dead.
Tanya jumps up and starts to chase Jenny around the dance studio. Interior hallway outside dressing room. Moments later, Jenny and Tanya walk down the hall in street clothes.
You want to come to my house?
I can't today. I gotta talk to Mr. V.
Man, you are a glutton for punishment.
Don't worry, I can take care of myself.
She gives Tanya a quick hug.
Next time, okay?
Tanya nods and stares wistfully after Jenny as Jenny walks away. Interior Vasiliev's office, day. Vasiliev listens to music and makes notes on a notepad. Jenny lets herself in.
Can I help you, Miss Chen?
Yeah, you could let up on me in class a little.
Excuse me?
Oh, come on, everyone's gone.
She walks over behind his desk and sits on his lap.
No, not here.
Been a bad boy, Victor. And now you're gonna be punished.
Jenny leans in and gives him a deep kiss. Interior Chen house, late afternoon. Roger packs up some things in his room. He picks up a family picture, thinks about throwing it in his bag, then puts it back on the dresser. Alicia enters.
What are you doing?
I'm packing up. He doesn't want me around, then fine. I'm gone.
Roger, he loves you so much. Do you have any idea how much you hurt him?
Yeah, I do. I know it's probably killing him. I'm sorry, but I can't keep doing this.
It's not so hard. Just finish school. You can decide whether you want to get an MBA later. You can always do music in your spare time.
No, you've got it backwards. I'm already old for this. If you want to make it in the music business, you have to do it now, all the time. You need to practice and play gigs and meet people. If it doesn't work out, then I can get an MBA.
Don't be so selfish.
Selfish. When did I start piano lessons?
When you were 3?
Mm-hmm. And how about science camp?
5.
Working at the restaurant?
You were 10, I think.
I was 8. Who decided that I should do all these things? Did I get to choose? Who made me go into an undergraduate business concentration? Everything I've ever done is to please him. And you know what I get for it? Why did you get a B? What's wrong with you? How about every other class with an A? How about a little recognition about what I've accomplished?
We only wanted the best for you.
You know, I thought about failing just to spite you, but I knew that I would be the one to pay, not you, in the end. You had me in the perfect double bind. So, you know what I did? In my own mind, I said to myself, they really want you to fail. Show them. Show them you can do it. So in my imagination, at least, I would spite you by succeeding.
We never wanted you to fail. We wanted you to succeed.
I know. That's sad, isn't it? I was so unhappy that I had to pretend you were against me.
What happened? How could you be so unhappy?
You made me a freak. I had no friends. Could I talk to the other kids at school about the cartoons on TV or superheroes? No, because I wasn't allowed to watch. Could I wear normal clothes and not look like some kind of refugee? No, because they were too expensive. You know what? I'm happy now. My friends, and I found something that I want to do, and you're not going to take it away from me.
Alicia runs over to Roger and holds him tight. Roger sobs into her shoulder.
It's all right. It's all right, my darling. It will be all right. It will be all right.
Roger gets a hold of himself and wipes away his tears.
I gotta go.
He grabs his bag and leaves. Alicia stands frozen, watching him leave. Interior art gallery, night. Daming mixes with other arty people at the gallery opening. Now fully unpacked, a stuffed tiger pierced with hundreds of arrows stands on a pedestal in the center of the room. Waylon stumbles in, quite drunk.
Daming. Hi.
Waylon stumbles over to where Daming is speaking with a silver-haired Park Avenue husband and wife and a small burly man wearing thick glasses.
Hello, our people.
Wayland, What are you doing here?
Oh, you told me about your big opening, so I thought I'd join you. Daming and I were at Tiananmen Square. The June 4th incident, as we call it in China, or the Tiananmen Square massacre, as we call it in the West. So violent.
Sorry, forgot about Park Avenue Wives. Danielle, could you read that, please?
Really? That's so interesting.
Perhaps another time.
Yes, we were on a hunger strike, very hungry. And now I want a restaurant.
Waylon laughs and then is suddenly serious.
And then the tanks rolled in. Very scary. Many died.
Excuse us, please.
Daming steers Wayland toward the back of the gallery. Wayland waves as Daming drags him away.
Toodaloo!
Interior back office night. Daming hands Wayland a glass of water.
Here, drink this.
These white Goran and their cold water. It's not good for you.
Just drink it.
Wayland drinks.
What's going on?
He betrayed me.
Who?
My precious son. He hates me, you know.
I'm sure that's not the case.
No, it's true. You slave away for them. You spend all your energy, time, and money on them, and all they can see is that time you didn't buy them some stupid toy that every other stupid American kid had. That's the things you get. Oh, you're the smart one. You knew that children are no good.
Wayland laughs, a mad, cackling laugh.
It's such a strange feeling to love someone so much, and then suddenly, out of the blue, it turns out that they don't love you at all.
Wayland stares at Daming.
It makes you realize how precious those who love you really are.
Wayland.
I've treated you terribly, I know.
Wayland comes over to Daming and buries his head in Daming's lap.
I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I loved you so much, and when I heard you were dead, my heart turned to stone. And when you escaped and found me again, I was so afraid to lose you again that I closed my heart to you. Please forgive me.
Wayland lifts his head, looks into Daming's eyes.
I have money, lots of money. Run away with me.
He leans in and kisses Daming. Interior, Chen home later. Alicia, dressed to go out, sits alone at the dining room table. She looks at her watch. Wayland enters.
Where have you been? I've been calling you for an hour.
I was busy.
Wayland slumps on the couch and starts checking his BlackBerry for messages.
There's an emergency meeting for the trustees of Jenny's ballet school.
Okay.
Alicia's surprised. She expected more resistance.
Okay, I'm going to go then.
Fine.
The kids are doing their homework.
Good.
Alicia sits down beside Wayland.
Roger got his things. He moved out.
Wayland stops, takes it in, goes back to his messages.
Good.
This is ridiculous, Wayland. He's our son. You can't just cut him off like this.
In the Inferno, Dante describes a special circle of hell for those who are disloyal. Where do you think he will put a disloyal son?
Are you drunk?
Wayland is silent. She smiles and pats Wayland affectionately on the face.
You were young and impulsive once too, you know. You're still impulsive now. Don't be a hypocrite. Just calm down and we'll talk to Roger in the morning.
Wayland grunts non-committally, but he doesn't say no. She kisses him deeply, a hot kiss.
I love you.
Wayland can't look her in the eye.
I love you too.
Your breath stinks though. Brush your teeth, and then maybe you'll get a special surprise when I get back.
Exterior Chen House night. Alicia gets into her car and takes out her phone. She hesitates, all trace of laughter gone. She calls.
I'll be there in 10 minutes.
Interior bar, continuous. Zhang sits at a bar having a drink. He's on his phone.
Good. I'll be waiting.
Exterior Chen House night. Tommy, Quirk, and Tran watch as Alicia drives away.
She left, just like he said.
Yeah, let's go.
The three boys check their guns, tuck them under their jackets, and then saunter over the Chen house. End of Act 3. Act 4, interior Chen home, night. Wayland is passed out on the couch. The doorbell starts ringing. Wayland goes and looks through the peephole. It's Tommy holding a plastic bag.
Delivery.
Tommy keeps ringing the doorbell. Wayland opens the door.
I didn't.
Tran and Quirk shove their way in, ski masks on, guns drawn.
Keep nice and quiet now. No one needs to get hurt.
Wayland nods. He's petrified.
If you talk, we come back and kill your whole family. Understand?
Wayland nods again.
Okay. Now give me your money.
Wayland takes out his wallet and starts to fumble for cash. Tommy knocks it savagely out of his hand.
No. I want the money you got from Li Chen.
Wayland freezes. Tran shoves him with his gun.
It's in the basement.
Wait. Let's go. You two upstairs. Take care of the kids.
Quirk sneers at Wayland.
I'm gonna go up and pay a little visit to your daughter, okay, Pops?
Wayland makes a move, but Tommy hits him on the side of his head with his gun and shoves him toward the basement.
Let's go.
Interior, upstairs Chen house night. Arthur is listening to music when Tran enters the room with a gun. Arthur stares at him in disbelief.
Get down on the ground, put your hands on your head.
Interior Jenny's room, night. Jenny is brushing her teeth when she sees Quirk in the mirror behind her. Quirk points the gun at her.
Shh. No loud noises. We don't want to wake up the neighbors, do we?
Quirk stares at her appreciatively.
Go ahead. Spit. I know how toothpaste can sting your mouth.
Jenny spits out and rinses her mouth. When she turns, Quirk throws her a towel.
Wipe your mouth. I want it nice and clean.
Jenny wipes her mouth, shaking.
Good. Now come into the bedroom.
Interior Forbidden City, night. Alicia and Zhang sit in a booth in a corner of the room.
What is this place?
The bar I heard about. I think it's funny to see what all the Guilos think of us, don't you?
So how about it? Will you take the money back from Wayland? My father has plenty of money and will give you a nice return.
I'll have to ask my father.
What? You haven't asked him yet? Why didn't you just tell me that on the phone?
I wanted to see you.
Listen, honey, we had something a long time ago, but it's over now. You know, you're lucky in a way. My father never liked you. And if we'd gotten serious, he probably would have had you removed.
Zhang laughs uncertainly.
Talk to your father, John, and make this happen. I already spoke with my father, and he's not happy. He doesn't want Li Chen in our affairs. Let Wayland give the money back, or it will get ugly.
Interior Chen house basement. Wayland leads Tommy through the basement. Tommy points to a large safe.
In there?
Wayland shakes his head and leads Tommy to an old metal work cabinet with a padlock on it. He takes out a key and opens the lock. Inside is the briefcase with the money. Tommy opens the briefcase, smiles, and shuts it. Interior boy's bedroom, night. Tran pulls a zip tie viciously tight around Arthur's wrists. Arthur cries out. Tran rubs his gun against Arthur's head.
You want to die? Huh? You want to die? All right.
No.
Good. Then keep quiet.
Interior girl's bedroom, night. Jenny Chen, beautiful with a dancer's body, stands in front of her dresser and hugs herself while Quirk, 15, shaved head, covered in tattoos, leers at her.
Take off your nightgown. Don't and my buddies kill your family.
Quirk motions with his gun. Jenny slowly takes off her nightgown and drops it to the floor. Quack puts his gun down on the dresser, walks over and starts to caress Jenny's body.
You are beautiful.
To his surprise, Jenny leans forward and starts to kiss him. She grabs the back of his head with one hand, while her other hand reaches behind her and grabs a large ballet trophy with a marble base. She stops kissing Quack, who looks at her and smiles. Jenny bashes his head as hard as she can with the trophy. Quack reaches for his gun, and Jenny smashes down on his hand with the trophy. Blam! The gun fires. Jenny smashes his head again with the trophy. Quack falls to the floor, still, blood seeping out of his head. Interior basement, same time. Tommy grabs the briefcase just as the shot goes off. Wayland sees that he's distracted and tries to overpower him. They struggle for the gun and it goes off. Wayland slumps to the ground. Tommy stares at him for a moment, looking curiously at the red stains spreading across Wayland's shirt, and then runs up the stairs with the briefcase. Interior Arthur's room, same time. Tran pokes his head out of Arthur's room. Through Jenny's open door, he can see Quack on the ground, head covered in blood.
Let's go!
Crap.
Tran runs down the stairs. Exterior, Forbidden City, night. Roger, Darla, and Billy approach the bar. This place again?
Are
Sorry.
you serious? This place again? Are you serious?
Hey, I like the Mai Tais here.
The closest place. Who cares? We're just going to get trashed anyway. To freedom.
To freedom from overbearing parents.
Yeah, whatever.
Still grumbling, he walks into the bar. Interior, Forbidden City, night. Alicia gets up from the table.
It's late, and I told Wayland I wouldn't be long.
She turns and is face to face with Roger.
Roger?
What are you doing here?
Nothing.
Her guilty expression says it all. Roger sees Jiang sitting at the table. He looks back at his mother.
Listen, Roger, I can explain.
You don't have to, because I really don't care.
Alicia's cell phone rings. She switches it off without looking.
Listen, Roger, you can't...
Roger's cell phone now begins to ring. He picks it up, looks at the caller ID, and answers.
What?
The color drains from Roger's face.
Okay, we'll be right there.
He hangs up and turns to Alicia.
That's been shot.
Interior emergency room night. Wayland rolls down a hallway on a gurney while EMT1 speaks with the attending, Dr. Cantor, 30s. Nurses and orderlies follow.
PSW to lower abdomen at point blank range. Exit wound, missed the spine. Patient is breathing BP 100/60.
Cantor looks at Wayland. Wayland looks dead. Cantor turns to the nurse.
Get him in OR number 1 and prep for peritoneal lavage and laparotomy.
Hey, Doc, I got another one.
Cantor turns and sees EMT2 and a resident pushing another gurney. He looks down. It's Quack.
Head trauma. Subject is non-responsive.
Pupil dilation?
Nothing.
Cantor sees that Quack is handcuffed to the gurney and notices 2 policemen following a few steps behind the gurney.
Is this the shooter?
We don't know, but he was found at the scene with a gun.
What was it? Baseball bat?
Ballet trophy.
Cantor shakes his head and turns to the resident.
Get him into OR number 2 and get a neurological consult. See if Harrison is on tonight. He might need to operate on this one.
Cantor turns, leaves Quack, and walks into OR number 1. Interior OR number 1 night. Cantor quickly scrubs his hands. A nurse gowns him, and he grabs a pair of gloves. The beeping of the heart monitor pulses raggedly. Cantor walks up to Wayland and looks at him.
Scissors, please.
The nurse hands him the scissors, and he begins to cut the clothing away, revealing the wound. Interior emergency waiting room night. Detective Chang and Detective Mackenzie question Jenny and Arthur. Alicia sits protectively between them, her arms around them both. Roger stands at the edge of the waiting room, trying to get a glimpse of his father.
His name is Kwok Ho Shing. Do you know him?
Jenny shakes her head.
How did you find out so quickly?
The rocket scientist had his wallet and all of his ID in his ID pocket.
Do you know why they might have targeted your house? We found your husband in the basement. Metal tool cabinet was open, but the safe was locked.
Alicia, her mind racing, tries to decide what to say.
My husband might have had some money in the basement from the restaurant, but I'm not sure.
Look, I hate to tell you this, but the Quack boy's in critical condition.
He got what he deserved.
Maybe, but his family could press charges.
That's outrageous. It was self-defense.
I agree. And I also think a judge would see it the same way, but just thought that you should know what's possible.
Roger sees a gurney coming out of the OR. He quickly follows.
You can't go back there.
Roger catches up with the gurney. It's Wayland.
Where are you taking him?
Cantor quickly steps in front of Wayland, shielding him from a potential threat.
Who are you?
2 policemen rush up and grab Roger.
I'm his son, damn it.
Cantor looks at the policeman. One of them nods.
We're taking him to the ICU. You can come with us.
Interior ICU night. Roger stares down at Wayland. Tubes and monitors surround Wayland's body. A steady beep is the only sign that Wayland is alive.
How will he?
Your father sustained damage to his liver, spleen, and stomach. We removed his spleen and repaired his stomach and liver. There is still the chance of infection, so we'll monitor him closely until he gets better.
But he will get better.
We hope so. But in cases of trauma like this, we can't be sure. I don't want to raise your hopes. He's stable now, but there was a lot of damage and complications can always occur. I'm sorry. I wish I had better news.
Thank you, doctor. Can I stay with him?
Roger's eyes raw with hurt looks at the doctor. The doctor looks down.
Of course. I'm going to speak with the rest of your family now.
Cantor leaves the ICU. Roger pulls up a chair and sits down. He sees his father's hand and he gingerly places his own hand on top.
I'm sorry, Dad. I'm sorry.
Cantor leaves the ICU. Roger pulls up a chair and sits down. He sees his father's hand and he gingerly places his own hand on top.
I swear to you, Dad. Whoever did this to you, I'm gonna fucking destroy them.
Fade out. End of show.
Thank you so much for watching. And please join us right now on Zoom for a workshop with the writer. See you soon.